Chem Champion. I have to say, there was a lot of ugliness and an unenlightened reaction to the Sandusky conviction. A lot of jokes about how he now in prison would be the recipient of abuse, both physical and sexual, including, not surprisingly, by Bill Maher. After announcing the conviction on a show, good. And if I know anything about prison, they know how to treat child molesters there. The primary reason we sentence people to prison is for public safety, and that public is safer without those individuals walking the streets. It's not so that others can take out our revenge fantasies. I agree with that. I mean, he's a comedian. He's making a joke. The secondary reason is for some sort of punishment, that those convicted would not, again, wish to lose their freedom, but it's the state that is to mete out the punishments, not other convicted criminals. I agree with that. To wish for that is to hope that some criminals become part of the de facto judicial system. It's both philosophically and morally messed up. I agree. I mean, look, people's reaction was just because it was such a horror show. Frankly, I think the worst people involved in this are the people who enabled him. And I don't know who those people were specifically, but there's just no way. There's just no way this happens for so long, so egregiously. Guy using his ostensible charity to essentially prey on poor kids. And I'm going to say what I said at the time. I don't like to get involved in these, in legal cases. I just, there's a judge and a jury, and there's a jury system, and it's flawed, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But, I'm more interested in the policy implications, if there are any, in certain legal cases. But I contended at the time, and I still contend. There's a reason why this guy preyed on these specific kids, and even his own adopted son. And that is because they are the easiest preys. And they are the easiest preys because they are throwaway kids. Society's just not the wealthy people around him. The people who are concerned about their careers, concerned about their lifestyles, concerned about their jobs, concerned about their status in society, they just weren't going to chuck that away for the sake of these poor kids. I just don't think he would have been able to get away with this. This serial raping of children, if these kids were wealthy. I just don't think so. So it's those enablers who I think really, this guy's obviously just a sick individual. Just demented. This is, and I've been reading up on this. Apparently, there's two broad categories of people like this. One who are opportunistic. The 15-year-old kid who was, molesting his sister's younger friend or cousin or something like that. Which, I think is indicative of a problem, but my understanding is that, those problems can be dealt with in many respects. And then this guy the type who actually set up systems so that they can prey on kids. And when you set up a system to prey upon kids, you need, at least in some respects, accomplices who have a more or less awareness of what's going on. But there is no doubt in my mind that there is somebody, at least one person, probably many, who are guilty, and that, I don't know if it's that assistant coach or what, who saw one boy being raped in the shower.
Let's not forget his wife.
God knows what's wrong with that woman. I'm sorry. You could ignore stuff and this and that. Maybe she has her own problems. Who knows? But my understanding is that his son, or his foster son or adopted son, the birth mother, who still had contact with the son, knew there was a problem, knew something was going on that wasn't right. And nobody responded to it. There's no doubt in my mind that somebody had awareness and just looked the other way and just said, I'm not going to get involved in this. And that is more horrific in many respects. Because theoretically, our society should be set up in such a way that when there is a cancer like this, walking around, functioning, there should be checks and balances to say, okay, this is how society steps in this instance.